Hi, I'm Chris Gasper, and this is Globe 10.0, joined today by Greg Lee. Well, the Celtics are in pursuit of New Orleans Hornets point guard Chris Paul. It would have to be a trade, obviously, and a lot of you Rondo files out there would be very upset because he would be going in this deal. But it brings into question a larger question. Is this the only way the Celtics can get a franchise caliber player outside of drafting him? It seems like premium free agents really don't want to come to Boston, not the way they want to go to LA or Miami or even New York. Do the Celtics have a problem, Greg, when it comes to attracting big-time free agents like Chris Paul and Dwight Howard and even Darren Williams I'll throw in there?
Well, when you're in that age group, 25, 26, 27, you got the opportunity to make a lot of money. You might have the opportunity to play where you want to play. And more than likely, a lot of players like that don't play up north. They don't go to Minnesota. They don't go to Cleveland.
I hear a lot of New York talk, though. I mean, Dwight Howard doesn't want to play where it's cold. It's cold in New York.
New York is one exception.
Cold in Chicago.
New York and Chicago have two things that Boston doesn't have. The life. You know, things close here what time in Boston? Like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Chicago, New York doesn't have that problem.
But I'm not paying a guy $100 million to be out all night like Tyler Sagan. I'm not paying him for that. I'm sorry.
You can say that's easier said than done. But you want to have that option.
Kevin Garnett seems to be fine. Ray Allen seems to be fine.
Different levels
Paul Pierce is okay.
In different stages of their careers. Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen got here at what age? Past 30. They did all that in their 20s. You can't ask the same of Dwight Howard, Chris Paul, and Darren Williams. You can't.
I think
two different stages of their careers.
I think if they came here, they'd be fine. I'm sure they have some misconceptions about the city based on the past. I think that definitely plays into it, the city's racial past, I'm sorry to say. I think around the NBA, that is still a factor. I also think there's less of an appreciation for the history of the Boston Celtics. I've heard the comparison to the Yankees. Guys always want to play for the Yankees. It's that same sort of history there. But for whatever reason, doesn't do it for the Celtics. I think you're right in a lot of what you're saying. This is the only way they can get a guy is via trade. I guess my question is just why. I mean, you have Doc Rivers, you have Danny Ainge, you have a committed ownership, you have a passionate fan base, and you have a world-class city. No, does it stay open as late as New York or Chicago? No, it doesn't. But if partying is what you want to do, then you're right. Go to another city. If you want to win, come here.
But they try and get the best of all worlds. They want to get the money, they want to be able to win championships, and they want to get paid. You know. And also, they want to start their own traditions. Yeah, the Celtics is a very good traditional franchise.
Well, why do people go to the Lakers? They have a ton of tradition. You're not setting your own tradition with the Lakers.
You know what? LeBron and Dwayne, they're setting their own tradition down in Miami. They're going to try to win championships.
But we heard Dwight Howard and Chris Paul. We're talking about Lakers. People saying they want to go to Lakers or the Clippers or whatever. I mean,
Hollywood.
Exactly. This is an issue for the Celtics. It's why they're going to be in on this Chris Paul thing, because Danny Ainge is very bright, and he knows his only chance is to get one of these guys here and then convince them to stay, because you're not going to convince them to come.